hand at your heart and your right hand at your low belly. So if you're taking it seated, that's fine. If you want to lay on your back, left hand heart, right hand low belly. And then also it may help to have the soles of the feet to touch, knees nice and wide. So getting a hip opener while you lay down. Totally up to you how you want to take it. But go ahead and close your eyes. Let the eyelids become nice and heavy. Focusing on the breath for the next few moments. If your heart is very heavy today for any reason, you can always place 2 hands at your heart. So if you do feel like you have a heavy heart or anything heavy on your heart or mind, I would place 2 hands on your heart. And if not, and you just kind of want overall balance, you can do left hand heart, right hand low belly. But we are focusing today on our heart chakra. We're opening up our shoulders. So you decide where you need to place your hands. But really begin to feel your breath. Start to let the body settle. So seeing if you can find softness. If you're seated, you're rolling the shoulders down the back, tucking the tailbone under. Eyelids are heavy, whether you're lying down or seated. Can you begin to feel the softness in your body? It's like you're gently allowing yourself to arrive to your mat, to arrive to your practice. It is so therapeutic to take some time out just for you in our everyday lives, and especially during these times, to find that space where you can shut out the outside world and just be on your mat here, moving the body, listening to my voice, and possibly just jamming out to your own tunes, using this as your active meditation. Take a deep breath in through your nose and open the mouth, exhale. And just gently ask yourself the question this morning, how am I feeling right now? Attaching an emotion and words to what you're feeling. So checking in with yourself, checking in with your heart. And any response is fine. Whatever you feel today is okay. Just acknowledge it. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale and empty the lungs. Gently asking yourself the question, where is my mind at right now? So drawing the focus back in towards yourself. At any point throughout class, if the mind wanders away, kindly ask yourself, where's my mind at? Come back to you always. We're going to do a breathing exercise. So I'll cue you the first few rounds, but so you know what's coming, we're going to inhale to a count of 4, and then we're going to hold that breath for 7, and then we're going to exhale out our mouths to an 8 count. So it's a 4, a 7, and an 8. And this helps relieve stress, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. So let's go ahead and begin. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Open your mouth. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Open the mouth. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep breathing like that on your own. Inhaling to 4, hold for 7, exhale 8. As you breathe, I want you to imagine the grounding and nourishing energy of the earth. That energy of the mountains, of trees, of plants, of flowers. And as you hold your breath, I want you to visualize your breath spiraling up the center of your body like a coil, pulling any energy or thought that doesn't serve you. While you exhale, release out your mouth, and at the same time as you're exhaling, you're going to visualize light pouring through the top of your head, back down to your feet, and to the earth below you. Keep breathing, inhaling for 4, holding for 7, exhaling for 8. Inhaling the energy of Mother Earth. While you hold, the body's working that coil to pull anything that doesn't serve you. And as you exhale, you release, and at the same time, that light is pouring in through the top of your head, down out the soles of your feet. Inhaling for 4, hold for 7, exhale 8. Keep breathing, just like this. And allow yourself to feel lighter and softer. Allow what needs to release to let go. And then allow the breathing to relax. So no more counting, but just naturally inhaling and exhaling. And ask yourself the question, what's most important right now? And what am I grateful for today? Allowing yourself to focus on gratitude. So shifting that mindset. Take a deep breath in. Opening the mouth, exhale. And when the eyelid's heavy, just keep imagining that light pouring into the top of your head as you listen to these words. And then there was a love shining so bright that even the darkest part of our hearts felt the warmth. Set your intention for your practice this morning. What is it that you need this morning? Take a deep breath in through your nose. Opening the mouth, exhale. If you're seated, stay as you are. If you're lying down, take your time to find your fetal position and eventually to seated with the eyes closed. Making sure the shoulders are nice and relaxed and the tailbone's tucked under. Your hands are resting on top of your knees. Gently finding some neck rolls, so dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder and lengthening the left side of your neck. And then dropping the chin down to the chest, right in the center. And then left ear, left shoulder, so lengthening that right side. And really slowly, you want to roll the head around in circles. So I want you to really focus on finding a stretch in your throat. We don't often get to stretch our throat, but I want you to relax the back of your neck and see if you can find that stretch in your throat. So some of us may be talking way more than we normally do because we have so many conference calls and things of that nature. And then some of us may not be talking very much at all because we're having less social interactions. So in order to find balance in your throat chakra, I want you to work on finding a stretch there in your throat. I want you to visualize the color blue circling at your throat and allowing that blue light to find that balance. Gently reverse those neck rolls, going the other side, opposite direction. next time you're back to center, you're going to place your right hand on your left knee. Your left hand will go behind you, taking a gentle twist. You want to lift the chest up and over. So focus on peeling back that left shoulder. Notice what it feels like in the chest and shoulders. Today we're working on finding space in our heart. So just notice where there's tension in the body. Switch other side. Left hand goes to the right knee. Right hand goes behind you. Lift the chest up and over. Peel it back. Can you breathe into the areas that are tight? Release back to center. Let's find our way to our tabletop. So finding your way to your wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tabletop position, cat-cow. Inhaling, crown of head to ceiling. What's really important here is finding that stretch in your belly. Exhaling, navel to spine, so really rounding it up. I like to practice with my eyes closed, so you'll see me oftentimes as I teach today with my eyes closed. I do that because it allows me to better tap into what is going on to my body energetically. Also physically, so see if you can find those moments for yourself, that once you know what we're doing, you close the eyes and you just roll through it. So you're finding that stretch in your belly, inhaling, crown of head to ceiling, exhale, navel to spine. Feel free to find additional movements if it feels right. So that could be rocking the hips from side to side. That can be creating figure eights with the body. And that could be just shaking the head left and right. So there's no wrong way to move right now. I want you to close your eyes and just do what feels right for your body. You're warming up your spine. You're starting to notice where the tension is hiding in the body. Coming back to a neutral spine, we'll thread the needle to open up the chest slowly. So raise that right arm into the air. Turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Open up the heart space as much as you can. And then thread that right arm underneath your left. So right shoulder goes all the way down. You're going to reach that left arm up into the air. You can just hold it up into the air, peeling back the left shoulder, turning your chest up towards the ceiling. Or you can reach it behind and find a bind. 2 breaths. Release back to your cat-cow. So you were just there. Inhaling, crown of head to ceiling. I'm tucking navel to spine. And doing that same thing on the other side. So raising that left arm into the air, peeling open that heart space, taking that twist, threading it underneath, left shoulder down, hips directly over the knees, reaching that right arm into the air, peeling back that right shoulder, maybe going into your bind if that feels right for you. Good, release back to your tabletop. So see if you can close the eyes, and for the next few moments, you're finding your cat-cows again. Noticing that each time you find a different pose, the body releases in a different way. When you're ready, you're going to press it back to your down dog. So for most of this is our first down dog of the day. So give yourself a moment to pedal the feet, bend the knees. Also, maybe rocking the hips from side to side feels good. So just seeing what's going on in that back side body. You are working on getting the heels as close to the mat as you can. And if that's not happening today, it could be because your calves or your hamstrings are too tight. So really pedal the feet. And then you're just going to walk your feet to your hands and give yourself a nice forward fold. So the knees are bent, you're folding over, grab opposite elbows and just sway left and right. And anytime you're in a forward fold, you want to tuck that chin in so you're bringing your forehead as close to your legs as you can. Make sure the knees are bent. So even if you feel tight, you want to bend the knees a little bit. Often when we're really tight in those hamstrings, we'll tend to lock out our knees. We're running away from our stretch when we do that, and we don't want to do that. So just fold over, surrender. And let's take a nice heart opener. So clasp the hands behind your back. Shoulders away from your ears. Tuck that chin in. Here's where you can use your strap or your towel. So if your hands are anywhere at your low back or mid back, you might have tight shoulders. So you can always grab your strap or towel or blanket and place it in each hand and raise the arms overhead that way. And that'll give you this nice shoulder opening. So you decide where you're at and what you need. We have 3 more breaths here in this forward fold. Release the hands down, gently roll all the way up to standing. Tuck that tailbone under, roll the shoulders down the back, and then take that heart opener standing up. So clasp the hands behind the back. You want to tuck the tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, push the hips forward. You're pulling the shoulders away from your ears. Keep that core nice and tight. And then release the hands. Reach the arms overhead from here. So we're going to take a nice side stretch. You're going to clasp your hands, bring your fingers to a point. So arms overhead, still tucking that tailbone under here. So you don't want to be sticking your bum out. You're tucking the tailbone under. Reach those arms overhead, and you're just going to gently shift the hips over to the right as you lengthen your right side body. Back to center. Same thing, other side. Shift the weight to the left. Keep that tailbone tucked under. Don't stick out your bum. Keep trying to turn your chest up. Back to center. Same thing, one more time. Shift it. Hang out as long as you need. Go at your own pace. So you're taking a side stretch, tucking the tailbone under, turning the chest up. Back to center, switching other side. Good. Release right back to your forward fold. Head nice and heavy. Keep those knees bent. You can go back to your shoulder opener if you wish, or you can just grab opposite elbows. You can shake the head, yes, no. Just loosen everything up nice and gently. And then roll all the way back up to standing. Clasp those hands behind your back again, opening up the heart space from here. You're going to reach those arms all the way out, bend your knees, stick your bum out, and slowly fold down to your forward fold. Bring your forehead as close to your legs as you can. Keep those knees nice and bent. Release the hands, reach up to your chair pose, tuck the tailbone under, sit nice and low, and then back to your forward fold. So hang nice and heavy. Roll all the way back up to standing. We're doing 3 rounds of that. So clasp the hands behind the back, open up the heart space, bend the knees, chest goes down. Find that forward fold. Gently release the hands, bend the knees, lift up, find that chair pose, tuck the tailbone under, and fold right back to your forward fold. Rolling all the way back up. This is our last round. Clasp the hands behind the back, shoulders away from your ears. Bend those knees, stick your bum back. Take that fold, tuck your chin in, release those hands, take that chair pose, sit nice and low, and then forward fold. Head, you're hanging nice and heavy. Shake the head left and right. Grab opposite elbows. Walk the hands back out. You're going to take your down dog again. So send the heels down, suck in the belly, spread those fingers nice and wide. You're going to walk your hands back about 1 inch or 2. So you just want to shorten your down dog. Stay in your down dog though. Your right hand grabs the outside of your left ankle or shin. You're taking a twist. Bring your head underneath that left armpit. Try to send the heels down. And release, switch other side. Left hand goes to right ankle or shin. Suck in the belly, pull the head underneath, taking a twist. Good, release back to that down dog. And just lower to a child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes touching. Extend the arms out in front of you. Bring that forehead down. You want to rock your forehead from side to side and rock your hips. So child's pose is a super grounding posture. So just rock from side to side. Come back to the intention that you set for yourself. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. When you're ready, press it back to your down dog. Notice if your hips, your hamstrings and calves feel looser. And then walk your feet all the way to your hands. You're going to roll up to standing, tucking the tailbone under, rolling the shoulders down the back, bringing those hands to heart center. If you're not at the top of your mat, walk yourself to the top of your mat. Tuck that tailbone under. We're going to begin our sun salutations, but before we do, close your eyes and reconnect to the purpose of this class. Either connect to your intention again, or maybe connect to your gratitude. Maybe you want to connect to your heart chakra. So whatever you have experienced thus far in this class, find something that's going to connect you to those sun salutations, breathing in that energy. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth, exhale. On an inhale, you're going to reach those arms overhead. You're going to squeeze your bums, push your hips forward, open up the heart space. Exhale as your forward fold. Head is nice and heavy. Inhale halfway, take your flat back or rest your hands on your shins. Exhale, lower yourself down, high plank or jump back. Elbows are in nice and tight, lower down. Upward facing dog on your inhale. So you want to make sure you're squeezing the glutes, get those thighs off the mat. Flip the toes, press it back, take your down dog, heels down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On an inhale, step or jump forward, you're inhaling halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings you all the way back up. Exhale, hands at heart center. We're going to keep moving. If you want to go at your own pace, do so. If you want to challenge yourself, close the eyes. Inhale, open up. Exhale is your forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, lower yourself down. Elbows in, nice and tight. Upward facing dog on your inhale. Exhale, press it back. Take your down dog. Find your deep breath in. Find your deep breath out. On an inhale, step it forward, inhaling halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings you all the way back up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Keep going. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale is your forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower yourself down. Step or jump it back. Elbows in. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Exhale, press it back, down dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale takes you forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands at heart center. We have 2 more rounds if you're doing it on your own. Inhale, open up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale is your down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale takes you forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, hands at heart center. This is our last round before child's pose. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. From here, you'll just lower to a child's pose. Knees nice and wide. Big toes to touch. So if you're practicing at your own pace, finish up your last vinyasa and lower down to child's pose. When you're in child's pose, you're trying to bring your seat as close to your heels as you can. Extend those arms out in front of you. Rock your hips, rock your forehead. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth and let it go. When you're ready, press it back to your down dog. Take any movement you feel like you need, maybe rocking the hips. You're going to raise your left leg into the air, bend the knee and peel it open. So you want to open up that hip nice and wide. We're going to step it forward to a high lunge. So all toes are facing forward. Keep the core nice and engaged. You're going to rise up and your hands are at your waist. So you want to make sure the front knee is nice and bent. Your back leg's nice and long. You're on the ball of that right foot, all toes facing forward. We're gonna take a heart opener from here, so keep the core engaged, chest up. Clasp the hands behind the back, so pull the shoulders away from the ears. Think about lifting the chest up, shoulders pull back. We have 2 breaths. From here, we're going to our warrior 2. So gently release those hands. Find your warrior 2, extending both arms all the way out. Roll the shoulders down the back. You want to practice pushing that left knee out. We're not here very long. You're just going to straighten that left leg and take your triangle pose. So extending that left arm out, lengthen that side body, lower down the best you can, peel back that right side. Bend that left knee. You're going to find your extended side angle. So you can rest your forearm on the top, or if you want and you have a more advanced practice, you're more than welcome to lower the arm down or go into your binds. I'm going to stay at beginner's level. You want to focus on opening up the heart space from here and releasing into our lizard pose. So windmill that hand down, both hands inside that left foot, left toes hang off the mat, and just push that back leg behind you. It's nice and long back leg. So make sure you're not kneeling on the knee. The knee is down, but you're pushing the leg behind you. So take your time, rock your hips. You can either stay high on your hands, or if you want, you can always grab a block or your books, and you can rest your forearms there. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Rising up onto your hands, we're finding our way to wide-legged forward fold, so walk those hands over to the right. You're going to turn your toes in, your heels are turned out. So place your hands in the center of your mat or grab your block or whatever you can. See if you can hold on to something. You're in the center of the mat. You're going to bend the knees and just rock, loosening everything up. We got to do the same thing on the other side. So walk those hands over to the right. You're rising up to your high lunge. So deep bend in that front knee. Back leg's nice and long. Go to your heart opener. Shoulders away from your ears. Lift the chest up. Your core is nice and tight. Your front knee is bent 90 degrees the best you can. Releasing to our warrior 2. So turn those back toes to face forward. You're practicing pushing that right knee out without your hand, but actively using your body weight to do so. Deep bend here. Extend the arms out. Tuck that tailbone under. Go to your triangle pose, lengthening that right leg. Extend that side body out as far as you can and drop it down. Nice and strong. Lift your thighs off your kneecaps. With control. Gently bend that right knee. Take that side angle pose. So however you did on the other side, if you took your bind, go for it. If you're touching the floor, do that. Most important, you're turning your chest up. Open up the heart space. And release. Right down to lizard pose. Windmilling it down. Lower the back knee and foot. Right toes hang off the mat. Rocking the hips side to side. Again, go slow, don't judge yourself. Sometimes one side feels tighter than the other. So just see what's going on the left versus the right. Coming up onto those hands, go back to your wide-legged forward fold. So just walking it back over to the left, toes in, heels out, rock from side to side. You can also grab opposite elbows and see if you can get your forearms all the way down to the mat. But if you feel tight, just bend the knees and rock. Also, make sure the forehead is facing the ground, or you're trying to bring the forehead through the legs. So just don't hold the head up too much. You want to relax the back of your neck. And let's gently walk our hands over to our left foot. So we are framing our left foot in a low lunge. We're gonna lift up to a standing split. So you're balancing on your left leg. So transfer the weight forward. You're gonna bend both knees. It's not important how straight the back leg is. I want you to really focus on your ankle strength on the left-hand side. So give yourself a moment, see if you can find your balance. All body weight on the left-hand side. Gaze is always right in front of you. Pick a spot on the floor, don't move. And then open up to your half moon when you're ready. So extending that left arm out, open up the side body, turning your right arm into the air. Just 2 breaths, opening up. Good, release, turn that body back down to face the mat, step it back, back to your wide-legged forward fold, bend the knees, rock around, loosen up. We gotta do the other side, same way. Walk it all the way over to the right, find your balance, standing split, right-hand side. I like to start with both knees bent. It helps me find more balance and control. I pick a spot on the floor, I don't stop staring at it. I see if I can wrap my hands around that right ankle, and then go into that half moon. So extending that right arm out in front of you, you're turning that left side body open. So open the hip, raise the left arm into the air, 2 breaths. Release that body down, step it back, right back to your wide-legged forward fold. Find that rocking motion. Loosening everything up, shaking the head out. Not even worrying about that anymore. Walk it back over to your left foot, flow through your vinyasa. Find your way to a child's pose as you're ready. We're all meeting in child's pose. So knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. Extend those arms out in front of you. Bring that forehead down. Rock your hips, rock your forehead. We got 5 deep breaths here. So inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Let it go. Deep breath in. Let it go. When you're ready, you're just going to gently roll up. You're going to sit on your heels. We're going to find our way to half camel pose. So all you need to do is you're sitting on your heels. If this is uncomfortable, you can always roll your mat and rest your ankles on top of your rolled mat. You can also use your towel or blanket if you grabbed it. And you're going to clasp the hands behind your back. As you're seated, we're taking in another heart opener. So turn the chest up towards the ceiling. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. You might be able to touch the mat behind you. Find that stretch in your throat. Good, release, round out the spine. Rest your hands on your knees, just reversing that. And then opening back up. So do that one more time. Clasp the hands behind the back. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Open up the heart space. Find that stretch in your throat. Good, release and round that out. Reverse it. Roll those shoulders back and down. So now the eyes are closed. You're resting your hands on your knees. Nice flat back. I'm going to demonstrate real quick a camel pose if you're not familiar with it, but we're going to go through 3 rounds of a camel pose. We're going to use it as our meditation. So if you've been practicing with me for years, you know these are called camel affirmations, but that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what camel pose looks like. I'm just going to do beginner's level. And if you want to go deeper because you have one deeper in your practice, you may go into it. But it looks like this. You want to practice coming up onto your knees. It's really most important that you're squeezing your butt and you're keeping your knees right on top of the hips. From here, your thumbs are going to be digging here into that low back. It's your support. So draw those elbows in. You're going to engage your core, so squeeze your glutes, push the hips forward, open up the heart space, and relax the back of the neck. So that is camel pose. That's pretty much like beginner level. Everyone's will look different, so you just go with what's right for you. If you have a deeper practice, you'll do that. But we're going to use this as our meditation. So go ahead and sit on your heels, close your eyes, rest your hands on your knees. Let's take a cleansing breath together. So inhale through the nose, open the mouth, exhale. You're dedicating this camel pose to this. What do I love about myself? So close your eyes and answer that question. What do you love about yourself? Keep those eyes closed, come up onto your knees. Put your thumbs at your low back. Draw those elbows in. Your first camel pose, you're dedicating it to yourself. Self-love. Squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward, arch back. Invite in more self-love. Keep the eyes closed. Gently come back. Sit on your heels. Rest your hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. The eyes are still closed. I want you to remind yourself of the last time that you felt courageous. And maybe that is today. Maybe it takes a lot of courage for you to come on to a Zoom class. Maybe it takes a lot of courage just to show up each day. Or maybe it's something you did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but when's the last time you felt courageous? Keeping those eyes closed, come up onto those knees. Your second camel pose, you are dedicating to your courage, inviting in more courage, reminding yourself that it lives within you. Gently come back, sit on the heels, eyes closed, rest the hands on the knees. Take your deep breath in. Take your deep breath out. Your final camel pose. What or who do you need to forgive? If you can't think of someone that you need to forgive, I want you to forgive yourself for something. Keeping the eyes closed, come up onto your knees. Place your thumbs at your low back. Push your hips forward, squeeze the glutes, arch back. This is to create space in the heart to find forgiveness. Eyes closed, roll back onto those heels, rest the hands on the knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth and lower to your child's pose, forehead all the way down. Rock the hips, rock the forehead, and sit. Sit with whatever emotions came up for you during those affirmations. Let it all settle. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth, let it go. When you're ready, press it back, take your down dog. Send the heels down to the mat. Deep breath in and let it go. Reach that right leg into the air, bend the knee and peel it open. So you can stay here for the next few breaths, or you can drop it back to your wild thing, dropping that right foot back behind you as soon as it lands. Lengthen the left leg, squeeze the glutes, arch back, lift your chest up towards the ceiling, relax the back of your neck. And then bend the knees, engage the core, flip it back to your down dog. Heels down with control. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Same thing, other side. Left leg goes into the air, bend the knee, peel it open. You can hold it here or drop it back to your wild thing. Extend that right leg back, lift your hips, arch back, find that stretch in your throat. Bend the knees with control, engage the core. Go back to your down dog, heels down, deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Right leg goes back into the air, bend the knee, peel it open, pigeon pose, right hand side. Slide that right knee outside that right wrist, push that back leg, it's nice and long behind you. You're working on keeping your hips square. Press off of that front leg, lift that heart as much as you can, maybe even clasping the hands behind you. And then walk it out and surrender down. Bring the forehead nice and low. And just hold it here. Breathe into the space in the hips where it feels tight. The hamstrings. Your hips are your emotional junk drawer. When something feels tight, acknowledge just within yourself that you want to let it go. That you don't want to and you don't need to hold on to that. Deep breath in and exhale. Come back up onto your hands. Press it back to your down dog. Heels down. And switch, other side. Left leg goes into the air, bend the knee, peel it open. Left knee outside, left wrist. Pushing that right leg nice and long behind you. Opening up the heart space. Acknowledging what it feels like on the left side versus the right. Finding that heart opener, even if it's just for a second. And then surrendering yourself down. Letting everything settle. Gently coming up onto your hands. Press it back to your down dog. Flowing through your final vinyasa, nice and slowly, roll it forward like a wave. Shoulders above the wrist, elbows in nice and tight. Finding that upward facing dog. Pausing here, make sure those thighs are off the mat. Squeeze the glutes, open up the heart. Flip those toes, press it back to your down dog. Deep breath in, let it go. Lowering down to your knees. Finding your way onto your back. If you have your block, grab your block now. You'll need your block. If you don't have your block, I'm going to give you a modification. But if you have it right beside you. Even your book will work as well. So from here, you have a couple options. You can use your block and take supported bridge. So that means walk those heels in, squeeze your glutes, get up onto the toes, lift it even higher, and rest your low back at your block. So this would be a more restorative bridge pose. If you want something more intense where you want to work your glutes, you don't have to use that block. You can just squeeze the glutes as high up towards the ceiling, lifting your hips, shimmying your shoulders underneath. And if you want something even more intense, go into your full will. Placing your hands by your ears and lifting up into your full will. Taking a deeper heart opener. So your choice, your practice. You have restorative with the block at your low back. You can have active by not having the block. Or you can go into a full will and open up the heart space even more. We have 2 more breaths. Wherever you're at, gently remove the block, release, roll yourself down, draw the knees into your chest. Find your happy baby, soles of the feet face the ceiling, knees are outside the arms and elbows, so you want to tuck that tailbone under. Super important you're keeping your low back down, roll the shoulders down, just gently rock. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Then draw your knees to the center of the chest, find your twist. So knees go to the left, gaze goes to the right. You're gonna use your hands, you're gonna press the knees down, make sure the shoulders are down as well. And whichever direction your knees are, your head turns the opposite. And gently switch, other side. So knees go to the right, gaze is to the left. So same thing you just did, just the other side. Then coming back to center, find your way to your corpse pose. So extend the legs all the way down the mat, roll the shoulders down the back. You're going to place the left hand back at the heart, right hand at your low belly. You can leave your legs long. You can also bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees wide if you want to take one last hip opener. But begin to settle. So if you want to turn your music off or pick something slower, now's the time to do that. If you want to turn the lights down or you need something to cover up, you may do that as well. Just setting yourself up. We'll go into our meditation. So at this point, you're just working on finding stillness in the body. Letting the body be nice and heavy. Coming back to your breath. Noticing the rise and fall of your belly at this point. Slow down your breathing. And really feel the magic of your breath nourishing your body. Gently scanning your body, letting go of any tension. Drawing the awareness to the toes and relaxing each toe one by one. Relaxing the soles of the feet and the ankles. Relaxing the calves and softening your knees. Relaxing the thighs, inside and out. Softening the belly and softening the heart. Allowing all the muscles in the face to relax and be soft. The eyelids are heavy. There's no tension in the forehead. Find the stillness. Let the body rest. And allow the subconscious mind to just listen. Feel the surface upon which your body rests. Feel it below you. And allow this surface to support you completely. Allow it to take your weight. And as you rest securely in the surroundings, feel your body giving way gently to relaxation. Ever so slowly and gently, everything finds stillness. Allowing yourself to relax. Allowing the eyelids to soften. Scanning for any remaining tension in the body. And think of that tension as a sheet of ice covering a lake. The cold, frozen surface blocks you from feeling the warmth and energy within you. And as the warm days of spring arrive and pass, in your mind, the tension, the ice, begins to soften and melt. And as the sun's warmth increases, the ice begins to recede from the shore. The icy cold water becomes free of its rigid covering, and it begins to loosen and relax as it soaks up the warmth of the sun. Feel your own icy tension recede and melt away, leaving a warm, calm, relaxed body of water, opening to the sun's soothing rays. You are relaxed and refreshed. Allow the subconscious mind to listen and the body rest. Sometimes I doubt the courage my bones are made of. And then a breath finds her way in and out of my body. The halfway, almost full moon smiles down on me. And I can feel my heart sigh as it quietly whispers, I remember. I remember my courage. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. Allow the soul to rest. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth, let it go. And keeping the eyes closed, gently begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers. Gently begin to rock your head from side to side. With the eyes closed, just roll into your fetal position on the right hand side. Knees into chest. Chin into chest, and pause there for a moment. Acknowledging how you feel versus how you felt when you started. And thanking yourself for showing up. Keeping the eyes closed, just gently rise to seated. You'll place the left hand at your heart and the right hand on top of your left. And gently press into your chest and silently say to yourselves, I am powerful. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. Holding this feeling of peace within you. May you be happy. May you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you be whole. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.